Hello, I'm Liz, one of Dairy's reference librarians, and welcome to another episode of Misinformation Busters. Once a week, we tackle a rumor or false/misunderstood information and try to separate fact from fiction. This week, we're talking about cash money, y'all. And by that, I mean the coin shortage. So, what's the story? In July of this year, a Facebook post with a receipt from a Kroger in Bourbonnais, Illinois, appeared. The post alleged that the cashier at the grocery store asked the customer to pay $3 for a $2.41 container of milk. And it appears that this wasn't an isolated incident. Kroger customers, along with customers at stores like Walmart and CVS, have noticed that the totals for cash purchases are being rounded up, usually to the nearest 10. And the narrative online became that stores are refusing to give change. And as with many things on social media, what starts out as strange becomes a bigger deal. Some saw this as a push towards a cashless society and were worried what it would mean for people who cannot or just do not pay with the card. Some were worried that we're running out of money. And of course, some veered into conspiracy and saw something more sinister, that this whole thing, including COVID in some cases, was all planned by the New World Order to usher in a cashless society. So, what are the facts? Well, the basis of a lot of this is true. There is a nationwide coin shortage. On June 11th, the Federal Reserve released a statement about the coin shortage saying, quote, "The COVID-19 pandemic has significantly disrupted the supply chain and normal circulation patterns for U.S. coin. In the past few months, coin deposits from depository institutions to the Federal Reserve had declined significantly, and the U.S. Mint's production of coin also decreased due to measures put in place to protect its employees. Federal Reserve coin orders from depository institutions have begun to increase as regions reopen, resulting in the Federal Reserve's coin inventory being reduced to below normal levels." So yeah, blame COVID. There was at least a month to 6 weeks where many in-person businesses were closed, meaning fewer purchases and fewer coins in circulations. Yiming Ma, assistant professor in the financial division at the Columbia Business School, said that many places that operate mostly on coins were also likely closed for a while, and since they're vital for coin circulation, the flow of coins back into circulation was disrupted. So yeah, laundromats, car washes, vending machines, Coinstar machines, they are all vital to coin circulation. I guess we'll never take them for granted again. And because of this, we're seeing a lot of grocery stores and other stores warning customers that purchases may be rounded up if they're paying in cash, as like pennies and nickels are in short supply. And this hasn't just affected grocery stores. Banks, especially in rural areas, have been facing difficulty to provide coins to said grocery stores and to customers. And not to mention the effect it's having on smaller businesses, which can be hit the worst. On the plus side, this looks to be a temporary disruption. The Federal Reserve and the U.S. Mint are working to make more coins, and with businesses opening up, this will eventually pass. But we don't know when. What isn't true is that this is some sinister push by stores or the New World Order into a cashless society. Most stores that are rounding up inform customers beforehand of the policy and why it's happening, and most importantly, they try to accommodate their customers. And while plenty of people may think, meh, I pay with a card, cashless society will be fine, there are plenty of people who choose to not pay with card, and they should be allowed to make purchases any way they wish. And there are plenty of people who cannot pay with the card. People who are homeless, transient, generally experiencing poverty, they have difficulty getting bank cards and they usually pay with cash. Heck, if you lose a debit or a credit card, you use cash for at least a few days until the new one comes in. So, more people paying cash than you think. In fact, in January of 2020, New York City ruled that stores cannot be cashless as it is discriminatory. So, looks like we're not anywhere near a cashless society anytime soon. Finally, in the case of the Illinois Kroger, Kroger did own up to charging $3 on the milk, stating that the associate was newly trained and didn't fully understand the policy. But Kroger's PR on this has been a little confusing, according to the Snopes article that covered this, with some of their PR statements saying that the rounded up change can be applied to the loyalty card, and other statements saying that stores will try to provide coins, but they just encourage customers that pay in cash to round up and either donate it to a charity or the rounded up amounts put on a loyalty card. So contradictory statements like this aren't helping Kroger. Snopes did contact the original poster, who's remaining anonymous, and they stated that, for reasons they'd like to keep private, they live on a cash basis. So again, while the New World Order is pushing us into a cashless society claim is baseless, the concern about a cashless society is not. Thank you for watching, and as always, look for sources in the comments. And if you want to do some research, you can use our EBSCO databases available through the library's website. And I'll see you next week.